Hello, guys. Hello. Hi. I'm sorry because there's so much noise around this place. So, like, that was gonna be an exercise in futility for me to just keep on talking with that much noise in the background. So, I hope you guys can hear me though. Can you hear me?
Yes, Mr. TC, we can hear you.
Yeah. So, yeah. So, yeah. Now I just want to us to continue from yesterday, from where we left off yesterday. I'm just busy juggling a lot of things at the same time, guys. So you forgive me for some of the promises that I made that I haven't fulfilled yet, especially when it comes to that app. I told you that I was going to be able to finish that thing up, of which I haven't been able to do anything actually the past couple of days, especially yesterday and today when I thought I was gonna just to do some work there. I couldn't do anything, and the one main reason is like I'm busy doing some submissions for the for the school here, and these things are so urgent, so are so urgent now. And just give me a second.
No problem, sir. We're with you, sir.
Uh, yeah. So guys, so as I was saying that according like I haven't gotten time to do it because I need to do a bunch of submissions. So these things they have to go, and that's what I've been busy fighting with. So I couldn't do anything else. I've just been focused on that. Otherwise, I'll just get in trouble with this site also as well. So, but anyway, now regarding the what you call this, the bootstrap, and I'm sorry, I will not be able to open Visual Code. My computer is very slow today, like mighty slow. Because if ever I open anything else, and then it's just going to start freezing up and acting up. So I'll see maybe if I can open Visual Code using another computer, and then I might be able to, share my screen and do a little bit of coding from the other side there. Let me see if I can actually do that. Okay, so I'm just looking on using another PC there. So anyway, from your side, guys, are there any questions, any queries pertaining to this? Okay, have you been doing some stuff? And someone yesterday that I said that I was gonna attend to, and then I actually the person didn't even say anything today. It was Tsepo, I think. He was experiencing a certain problem. Tsepo, it's your fault. You didn't say anything. So, if
I'm sorted.
oh, you sorted it out. Oh, okay, perfect. Okay. So I guess that you're busy right now.
I just got it about an
Sorry.
Yeah, I just got it about an hour ago.
Oh, okay. Cool. All right. So yeah. So far in terms of design aspects and stuff, have you guys started doing anything? Have you guys started designing anything from your guys' side? Besides Tsepo. Tsepo already now is working, of which he knows what languages that he's going to make use of. And Tsepo is not going through this route with us, the React route, but he's going through the PHP route. There's nothing wrong with that, which is perfectly fine also as well. So from your guys' side, is there a specific, maybe say, language that you guys are using? What platform did you decide to use? And I think some people promised that they were going to say something to me today. Was it today? Yeah, today. People like Pascalina, they said they're going to tell me something today. Pascalina, can you tell me that's something that you wanted to tell me today? Did you do your research? Did you talk to your person that is helping you? What happened?
Good afternoon.
Hi, Pascalina. See, I'm picking on you these days.
Hi, but why?
Don't beat me up.
Hi.
Don't worry.
Unfortunately, I haven't had the time to meet with this person, but we've been working in the background, Abo,
Okay.
on some of the things that we discussed, ranging from what? Ish, let me go back to this chat. Oh, Nkosiami. But yeah, we've been speaking, and it's all too much, ne? So basically what we were going through is what I would like the app to do, like the functionalities of the app, ne?
Okay.
So some of the things that we were discussing were my thing is slow here, but we haven't developed anything, ne? So he was basically taking me through how to set up an app, a functional app, from the front end to the back end. So we were discussing things around your GitHub, your Jenkins, and like So some of the things that I saw there, like Coach, what's this? Yeah, I remember at some point he was asking me where I would want to deploy my application, whether I would like to use Gradle or Maven. First time I've heard of such things, but yeah, he was taking me through, all those things, and yeah, I know we were discussing things such as your game platform as a service provider, like your Heroku or whatever. Yes, stuff like AWS Elastic Beanstalk. It's a lot. So we're still going through that. I'm hoping that at least by which day is it today? Thursday, Wednesday. At least by Friday, I will, be starting on
Okay.
the actual design. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
No, that's good. That's good then. As long as you're waiting on something, I think that is perfectly fine.
Okay then.
All right. Thank you, Pascalina. Um, is Edgar here? I think Edgar is here today. Edgar, hi. How's it going? Did Edgar leave again? Okay. Edgar decided to go and visit whoever. Andile, hi. Andile just left as soon as I said Andile, hi. Okay, just give me a second then. Okay, so now as some of you guys like asking some questions here, you don't wanna respond to me. So I do not know where most of you guys are in terms of your progress when it comes to your apps that you guys are working on. I don't know how much of the progress there. Let me Troy, how's it? Sorry, man. I'm picking on you again.
I'm always good. I'm always getting stressed, eh?
Yeah, sorry, man.
Yeah.
I apologize though.
Ah,
That
on
comes
top
with
of 25. Ah, I'm good yourself.
uh, I most of your classmates they miss me, they wanna talk to me.
Mm.
Mm. So yeah, so I'm just asking about your progress. Have you started?
I've started, but the problem is that I was still trying to adjust towards what you were showing us yesterday and also building my database because I wasn't sure
Oh,
if I should use React or should I use the Node.js, the JS
oh,
actually.
okay.
So yeah, I
Yeah.
wasn't sure about that, on how to go about that. But I think my interface it's coming along very fine. My problem is side and also linking all the pages all together because
Is it like designing the database or
yeah, designing the database, yeah.
oh okay, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can assist with that part there. Have you done it on SQL?
No, no. Hence, I was actually waiting for you to show us all the elements that we can actually use in terms of the resources, and then I will take it from there.
Okay.
Because I wasn't sure whether I should use React or the JS I PHP. Was it PHP? Because
Uh,
yesterday,
I-
you were giving us alternatives on, okay, guys, actually React works, similar to with PHP. So yeah,
yeah.
I wasn't sure
No.
about that part.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Then the thing is this, like for like whether you are using PHP, React, whatever that you decide to use, at the end of the day, creating a
Mhm.
SQL database is the same, whether whichever method. The only difference is the connection part, of which connection
Oh,
part is that's always has to do with the core, but to create a database is basically the same.
okay.
Basically the same because already since you had we had already started with that thing there,
Yeah.
like yeah, since we created the folder structure and everything, now the only thing that you have to do, make sure that your MySQL has been installed, and then
Yes.
from there, yeah, it's just a matter of you just doing the connections, one or two connections, and then that's it. So let me do that. Let me see if I can share my screen, and then we'll see um, if you can do the database setup first
Yeah,
on
yeah.
my side. Yeah.
Okay, no problem, no problem. So
All right. So now let me see here. I have my SQL installed, everything. So I just wanna see what I can do. Let me run my SQL. Okay, I'm just copying files from one PC to another. Oh, it didn't finish. Ugh, okay, I'll just create. Okay, let's do this. Now, I'm opening the command prompt that I am going to share with you guys now. Let me do this. Okay, so now share window, command window. I hope you guys can see my command window. Just want to make sure that it's showing. So it's reflecting yet. Okay, there we go. So now we've got that, and then first things first, I need to check if the item here is actually installed. Okay, see now I just did that. Okay, so I need to check if it's installed. So I will just run the MySQL, then to check if it's actually installed. Okay, MySQL is not okay. That is weird. So let me do this. Windows run. Okay. For some weird reason, I'm not picking MySQL here. Because I actually did install this thing. So if I just run and check, it's actually there. But anyway, now, first things first, remember from what we did yesterday, we had, let me just use this instead of just giving myself a headache. I just want to open from the thing that we did yesterday, because already I've installed everything that we needed to yesterday when we did the installations. Okay, so now this is what we have. From here, we're simply going to run a command for MySQL. That is what you simply need to do there, to run the command for MySQL, because we want to like yesterday, isn't it? We created all that stuff, like we made the directory, and then so the first thing, let us just head over to that particular directory where everything is actually installed, is actually saved there. So that is what we need to do. So now let's do that. Now to create, right? So now to create that, we need to create like a table. That is one of the first things that we need to create. We need to create a table. And then the table that we're going to create there is going to be solely based on the data that because like the data that we have from the items that we did yesterday, we have the name, the time in, and the time out. I think those are the only things that we need to do. So for now, so in terms of our database, we're just going to make something that simple. That's simple. Like we're just going to create that. So so as I said, that first things first, I need to navigate. So I'm going to navigate to the folder that has got our information, or the information that we want. Then I'm going to cd to payroll system. I think that was the name that we gave our payroll system. And then we'll cd it there. And then from there, and then we're going to cd the backend. So we're in the backend folder now. And then from there, remember, we initialized and then we installed the Express and everything else. So we have almost everything else that you actually need then inside there. So and then from there, like we're just going to do the rest of those other items there. So now I'm just worried much about creating the actual database. But as I said, that to create the database, you can use any tool. Like you can use PHP-MyAdmin, or you can just execute the SQL using the command line. So if you want to use PHP-MyAdmin, also it's something that you can do, because I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys are quite familiar with PHP-MyAdmin. PHP-MyAdmin is the one that you use when you're dealing with PHP. But now remember, PHP-MyAdmin doesn't mean that it only works with PHP. It can also work here in this case here, because the whole point is us creating a database. That is the whole point. It's us actually creating a database there. So how you create a database, that is entirely up to you. It is entirely up to you as to how you're going to create that particular database there. Whichever method that you're quite comfortable using, then you can do that. So with me, I'll prefer to use this MySQL here. So now, since I've opened my item there, I need to start my SQL machine. That's what I need to start my SQL server, so that I can start. Then for me to actually start my SQL server, it's just a matter of running services. So what do I do here? Okay, let me do this. Oh, I just want to share. Let me share my entire screen so that at least you can see this part. So this part here is so that you can see when I'm talking about the entire services. So now what I do is I'm just going to run Windows R, which is that Windows R key. Then I'm going to type services. Now under services here, I'm going to start the services. I'm going to start the services, and then I'm just waiting for it to pop. Those services there to pop. As I said, my computer is quite slow today, so. But now it's a pity because this is where I have everything set up. On the other PC here, it's just a PC at work. I don't set up anything here. Yeah, the services are starting now. So under the services here, I'm actually looking for my SQL service. So I'm going to scroll down until I find my SQL service. Okay, this is what I have, which is my SQL 80. Do I have any other? Okay. So as MySQL here already, I have this MySQL 80 there that I have, which is basically it's 8.0, which is the version there, and it's already running. So now what I want to do is I just want to restart this particular service here. So I'm going to restart this particular service here. So I'm going to click on stop. So that I want it to stop and I want it to restart service there. And then as soon as it starts running, and then we're going to start. Okay, then I'm gonna start that service. It's starting up. Okay, started. Now I'll go back here. So let me just make my screen small enough so that you guys can see. So that is one of the first steps if you're dealing with MySQL. That is one of the first steps, just you starting up that particular service there. Just a matter of it starting. And then from there, as soon as it starts, now you can just go straight to your what you call to your app, and then you can start working on your app there. So now what I'm gonna do here, now need to start creating the database. So the very first thing that I need to do is, as you notice there, that MySQL is started there, and then last time I was giving some sort of an error there because probably it wasn't showing even if it was starting. Now I'm going to call MySQL because I am where I'm supposed to be. So MySQL, I'm going to call MySQL and then you. So because I'm telling it that I need now to open a certain username. So now username and the password. That is what I simply want. So my username I think was root, and then the password. Did I have a password? I don't think I had a password. Let me see. My SQL is still not recognized, so I need to figure out why my SQL is actually not recognizing, because even if I have restarted my server, it's still giving me an issue there. So I'm just trying to navigate so that I can see where my issue is. I'm just want to fix that issue there as to why my SQL is not showing there. So I'm just navigating to the folder, which is basically program files there. I'm just looking for that, because I think the problem is the path there probably is not linking to the path. So I'm just wanna look at that, unless you guys are interested in that. But I think right now, if I should be showing people that would like would be too much for some people, because I don't think it's quite necessary for you guys to know this. But if ever you meet that kind of a problem, then it's always good to, you know. Sorry guys, just can you give me a few minutes? So I need to fix something here. Okay. Sorry guys, I'm back. I was just dealing with something. I told you like it's quite a bit busy here with submissions and stuff. Okay, so I was talking about the path that I actually need to add, and so I'm actually noticing something here with my SQL. My SQL is actually lacking a few items here. When I was installing it, I actually left out a bunch of modules. Oh, there we go. Let's see. My SQL server. There we go. Server, and I'm looking at the bin here. All right. Okay, show more options, properties. It's almost done. Okay, advanced properties, where are you? Oh, advanced system settings. Environmental variables, where are you? There you go. And then I need to add the path. Path. Okay. Or I have the shell, actually do not have the yeah. So I have the shell here. I need to fix this. The path here, I need to add a path. Actually,
I also have my SQL shell. Is it the right app?
you say?
So I'm saying I also have my SQL shell. Is it the right app to use?
MySQL shell, that is one of them. Yeah, but you've got shell, and then you're supposed to have shell. Because in your bin folder, if in your SQL folder, you're supposed to have what you call, you're supposed to have the shell, you're supposed to have the router, you're supposed to have the server, you're supposed to have the workbench. I'm mostly interested in the server one because this is the one that we need to work on. So you're supposed to have those four. So if you're missing one, which means when you're installing there, you left out something. Then for mine, the reason why it's not working is because it is not pointing to this path. So I need to point it to this particular path. So that is what I'm simply doing there. I'm just adding a new path here for the shell. So
Okay, so because I think I don't have the server one, because I heard you saying that.
you don't have the server one. You're supposed to have it. I'm pretty sure you do have it. You just don't know.
Okay, so I'll check it out.
Yeah. So just in case, then if you don't find it, and then just let me know, and then we'll log in remotely, and then we check. Okay, I've added my path, so I'm pretty sure now I'm supposed to be sorted. I'm supposed to be sorted now. Let me see. Okay, let me run it again. I'll just start with my SQL version first. Not pointing, still not pointing. Okay, let me restart my command prompt. It's running now. All right, let me share and then show you. Okay, as you guys can see, notice there I ran the version. Now it shows the version that I have, which means I'm using a community server, GPL, and Windows, what. Then that is what we have there. So now I think now I can actually, start my my database. So my SQL username. What is my username? I think it's root. I actually forgot my username. Then dash p. And now I think I put a password. Enter password. Okay. This was my password. I hope so. That was my password. Oh, perfect. It actually worked. It's my password. So the password is the one that you created. Remember that time when you were installing the app, there's a password that you created. I hope you didn't forget that. So that is your password there. Now from here, now I need to create the database. You notice that I'm creating the database using the command prompt. So for me to create the database now, I'm going to call the create. Remember SQL, we did SQL. So I'm creating a database. Create database, and then the name of the database that I'm going to call this database, I am going to call it what name should I give my database? What name should I give my database? I'm trying to see what name I should give my database. Let me call it payroll DB. Payroll DB. That is the name of my database. So and then from there, and then I'm going to create like what you call all these other items there, like the tables and things like that. But for now, and then I just create that payroll DB there. So that is the database. So yeah, and then from there, enter. And then now inside here, see something that I forgot. I didn't terminate. That's why it's asking me, because I didn't terminate here. Okay, so we've created the database because I didn't terminate, so it assumed that I was moving over to the second line. Then the next order of business is now I can either create a user but I need to create a user for this particular database here. So I'm going to create a user for this particular database. And then for me to create that user, I'm just going to call a create user method. Create user. Nice thing about databases, see that? Like tough. And then the name of the user, I'll call my user here employer. No, employer. I might choose that name later. So let me call this one here app user or HR. Call the user HR user. I need to write this down somewhere. and then HR user at I'm using a local host. Local host is I'm simply saying I'm using my local machine to do that. And then I'm going to identify my user. Identified by, and then I want a password for this particular user. So my password is going to be something like just a stupid password. So 221, which is basically root written backwards. So and then like that, and then I've done that. Now the next part is I need to grant all privileges to this particular user that I'm dealing with there. So grant all privileges. Even if you're using MySQL is better. I mean, if you're using my PHP admin is easier because PHP admin, you have everything done. It's just a matter of, press the button there and then type, press the button there. You do not have to go through on all this there. So grant all privileges on. Now on underneath the database on, what did I call my database? The payroll DB. On payroll DB. See, and then dot star. So I'm just telling it just to grant all privileges. That is what the star means. And then two, and then a user there. I said HR user at, and then localhost. That. So, and then okay, I see that you have an error on the syntax. What? Okay, what error there? Oh, privileges is wrong. Yo, look at that. The spelling. Let's see. Done. So my spelling for privileges was wrong there. And then, yeah. So now I need to create tables. Now I need to create a table for the database there that I have, since I've already created the database. So I need to create a table. Then I have to tell it to create a table. Then in the table here, this table is called employees. And then in this table that I have, I am going to have this written there. I'm going to have an ID. And then I'm going to have an ID, which is an integer. And then also this one, I just wanted to automate there. So I'll say auto increment, increment spellings. And then this also is going to serve as a primary key. And then the second thing there, okay, I forgot to put a comma, and then I'm supposed to say name, and a name is a varchar, which is a variable, which is a character, and is going to accept all the way up to 255 characters, and it should never be empty. No, it should never be empty. It has to have a value. And then I'm also going to have time in. This here will be a dead time, and it should never be null. It should never be empty. and then I'm going to have time out. Time out is also dead time, and it should never be empty. So and then from there I'm done. That and then I terminate because I'm literally done. So I'm creating it inside the database. What is it telling me now? Uh, refresh. Hate this. Okay. We have load shedding now. 80 int, and then auto increment. Increment. Then you say that this is a primary key. Primary key, right? And then comma, and then I'm supposed to have. Let me just copy this. And copy this. Then copy. Right. Right, done. So we have actually seen that. So now we literally done. So basically, this is how we've created the database there. So for you just to create a database, like okay, guys, let me show you something there. Some of these steps are not really necessary. For instance, like create user was not really necessary. The most important thing was you just simple creating. But for you to create a database, you only needed create database called. So create database. In this case here, I say it at payroll DB, and then from there, and then you log in. MySQL underscore username, and then I mean MySQL dash u username, your username, which is root or whatever that your username is, and then dash p, and then from there to ask you to for a password, and then you log in. Then from there to ask you, then next thing is gives you the SQL line, and then from there create database payroll DB, and then from there use payroll DB, and then from there create the tables. That's it. You're done. You have actually created a database. That is basically how you create a database. It's not much. And then now, after you have done that, now the only thing that is left now is for you to go to the back end, to the server, and then go and create a server file, a file that is going to be linking. So now this is where languages differ. So this is where we come in now with Visual Studio Code, and then this is where we're going to write our what you call, this is where we are going to actually write our JavaScript code that is going to link the database and the app. So now whatever that you're going to do from here, it depends with the language that you'll be making use of. So for me, I think this is where I'm going to continue from. For us now, we need to open Visual Studio Code, and then from there for us to actually do that. So I'm going to exit here. Now, when I've exited, notice there I'm going to say code. I'm going to cd payroll. System. And then from there, then I'm going to open the front end. cd front end. And then I'm saying code so that I can open Visual Studio Code. Guys, as I said, not necessary, but something that we do just because we want to do that. So as I said, so now I'm opening the Visual Studio Code. Let me switch my screen to Visual Studio Code now. Okay, so this is our app. This is the front end side. Actually, didn't want just the front end side. I wanted both. So I'm going to explore. I'm going to open, actually, let me just open a folder. I want the whole app. So I'm going to go out. Then I'm going to open the payroll system. Then so that I can have both the front end and the back end because I want both. Okay, so this is the front end that we did. End. So in the back end, and now I'm working on the back end. I'm just going to click on the back end. You notice that this is what we have. So on the back end here, I am going to create a file. And then this file here, right click. And then I'm going to create a file here. And then this particular file, I'm going to name it server.js. So that is the name of the file here, which is server.js, which is where this is the file where I'm going to create the link. So this is one now of the first thing that we are going to be doing as from now. The one of the first steps that we take when we're dealing with APIs. So this is basically the first step. So for us, we need to create sort of an API. So that is going to be linking, but we do not have a lot of time because power is going to go off now. So I just heard that there's load shedding at 4. So now it's like 3 minutes before 4. So now, first things I'm going to write here. Const express. So I want to leave it at least here. Equals to, because we are using express, so we have that there. So and then we want to require. As we installed express yesterday, I'm pretty sure you guys remember using code. You actually installed express yesterday there. So this here is a simple line that is always there. And then we need also a body parser. So I'm going to create another const here that is body parser. And then this one here is basically a parser. It's like a link. So also it's going to require inside here, and then I'm going to require a body parser, body parser. So basically it's like a messenger. This is what it is, a body parser. It's like a messenger that simple gets a message from point A to point B. And then const my SQL, because I'm using my SQL. So I need to import MySQL also, so which is require. And then inside here, I'm going to require MySQL. So now, and then from here, now we can start basically dealing with the app. So now for us now to deal with the app, we're going to call the constant for the app. So const app, and then this app here is going to, remember this is the database and you are using Express. So I'm going to Express there, and then this is going to handle that. So like tomorrow, I'm going to explain in detail what exactly these items do. So const port is equal to, so this here is a port. So I'm giving out actually a port. So now the port here is going to process dot environment dot port, because I have to give it a certain port there. So the port that I'll give this here is going to be a port. I'm going to give it 5,000. Usually there is nothing that makes use of this port. So I do not want to block all the other ports that we have. But for now, let me just stop here before power kicks us out rudely. So let me stop here, and then tomorrow, and then we are going to continue from this point here. So from there, and then like as I said, that we're just going to write code, and the code is always the same, guys. If there's one thing that you should know, that this code for connection for connecting to the server is always the same. It really hardly ever changes, because the only thing that you change is probably when it comes to the names of the databases and things like that. But everything else never changes. Basically the same. This piece of code is always the same. So whatever that you're gonna do from here, and then we simply going now to call the database, and then from there, and then we're going to connect to that particular database, and then we're going to be using the parser codes for us to do that. And then the app also has to listen and get some information there. And then now we also need to create like a root API. So we're going to talk about that. So yeah, so for today, let me just stop here, and then we're going to continue from here. But remember, guys, as I said, not obliged to make use or to create your database the way that I did. You can just go, if you're used to using PHP MyAdmin, you can go to PHP MyAdmin. It's quite simple. There, it's just a matter of, you press button, create database, name of the database, and then from there, you just tell it what tables to create and grant the privileges in a way that you want. That's basically it. So yeah, if there are any further questions, and then I think we should stop here today before power cuts. So yeah, if there's no questions, guys, we can close. And then, as I said, we'll continue tomorrow. Okay. Okay. Have a good day, guys, and then we'll talk tomorrow.
Half pass. Yeah, half pass. Uthando. La kube kubhola kahle cha, hambe nebhola. Sayichisitela kube ayibuyi uyalisa. Let it on everything, sir. Okay, Sundo. Ireland. Emarayati. Wey, Emarayati. Hey. Hi. Sons. Bonnie, fight too. Bonnie. Abakhulumi. Yamuva. Hamba khiphele hamba zibele. Hayi. Phela umuntu ngabe uhamba lwavula la. Ithandi. Babona so. Phelile umuntu ugcinile. Hamba. Angeke ukuthi asithathe ugijime so. Angeke. Yeah? Vamos. Hai babenda yong. Nah, Tena. Ai. Hey! Tena man. Oh, ya baropa na. Rosalén. Benani. Men. Ahí. Ngaqava lefuna utsheja ngalokhu. Njalo ngalokhu. Futhi kene emotweni masiyazi. Lo ngiyayibeka nje. Ethatha. Ayifuna bambi. Ayifuna bambi. Ngamatekini akuthwe ngabe isidudlanyana la.
Ansamaki madoda.
Utsafa bayakuphumuthe tona yami.
Hayi khona ansamaki. Awumara Tsevin.
Haya, ethayifinile baba. Sokuzini ngathi ndani crash la.
Hey! 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 Pere!
Straight. Straight. Hamba Tso.
Ayithathu.
Come on. Hayi, yabo sikole sethu.
1-1. Akhambe khanga kusitha kakhulu uqalile.
Hayi, 2-1. Bakorele kwesithu angisho.
Abantu
1-1.
ebheka kanjani amaphorishi Spani ayilethanzwa leli grasshopper hamba namaphorishi Spani lethanzwa mose grasshopper
Yeah, injalo.
Akungangidlisi namuhla bengikhatha kakhulu.
yeah ngiva bathi resort iyeda masitodlala ngiva bathi resort todlala naye
Result zalo letop.
Njengekhaya.
Music
oh
bafake nini? Sisana.
Ukugcwala.
Akaqala nje. Bayithume njengala.
Relaxing. La mine music. Oh, ngindaba eTimoto.
Entertainment. Lazalo ukuthi kunet moto nje kuphela.
yeah ay tani
Hayi papi kakhulu ball controller nguwe mkhulu. Awu.
Wangadlali kaningi.
Bathethele bona manje.
Oh.
Yeah, but bafuna kungena. Siyathi sidangena second half.
ngizoyithatha kangakanani Moroma
Offside nto. Yakhe ina offside baba lo muntu.
efile MV afoko
Bafuna labafana abancane.
so
Badlala labantwana. 8, 9, 10. 7.
bukele akabuki mana afaka
Ithini rap? Imnandi ngerap. Imnandi.
mara lo busy ngelo mos
Yavala ukuthi.
Ngicala vala le.
Usho
Afuna abakhwabe
Ugijima
siyadlisa.
nebhola.
Afuna abakhwabe siyadlisa.
Khipha ibhola.
Hawu mara. Oh.
Ethando. Ikute time la ile.
Yeah.
Yebo.
Tafana. Uthi ngitshela half past mos late.
Eh? Ngutile. Hawu msadi.
Seven.
Oh. Mara kuyafana kuhle umehluko. Kuyafana nje bukele nje. Yeah.
Yiple. The 7. Afile thande baba. Lo mzuzu khona bathi kuye academy. Academy board. Letha ngathi
Cala
indzawo.
ngathi lo muntu oqala NST. Wangathi aqale care.
Mara ifile nje yakhona. Mara imnanzi le. Nansotsha lelinye bobo. Ha? Hayi bakubo indlela mfana. Phela bokumnanzi yonke indzawo. Ha? Lo mno ushaya ngesikhathi lo.
Uqhuba kayi-6.
No.
So umsebenzi engizovusela ngintoni.
Lo mzuzu strike umuntu okhona. Amara.
Ngitsova uyakuphumuda ntwana yami.
Yabona sentidlala umuntu lanze ibhola ladlala yabo. Lapha kithi ngoba strike uzugcinzo makarati mazibani sola utholi bonke babaleke bonke babaleke nebhola la move babaleke
Yabo laba yathandiswa yini laba abakhulumi ababambi ama position. Umgoalkeeper kumele ukhulume. Na-defend baba phusha amanonjeni defend akho.
Goalkeeper nje ngokuphindele la. Ngokumela.
Solomini.
So, iphusha njani team? Iphusha izofika lapha yaphalini.
Kamnandi nje. Utsamfakele yokugcina.
Yeah, uzogcina ngci. That is all. Kumele uzomaphuzu.
Mara nayo imnandi.
Awu uyithethe njani mara refra ngale? Ha?
Sovo. Angena ngihlala emuva. Yena ngithi
Uyaphi?
ngiyaphambili. Ha. Sengwan. Ngiyasebenzisa. 3-1. 2.
Kore bani?
Ayi mtsitsira.
Umbani mfana Grand move. Voice shone Tsakamisa.
Elili boy. Phambili Tsakamisa.
Shisa phambi
Mbonye sengishisa
Yo?
ngibanga ngishisa
File nawo.
ngibone
Ngathi phara nje qhamuka. Ngathi
manje ngithatha usayibheka
Iphi sanga sofa.
ngimane
Ngithi stoyithola ngiphuma la. Angiwi.
Wey.
Namaris. Ngithathele ngiphuma la ngisangena.
Sayithethe sihamba sayithenga lethi
Ya phela le mali ngisho ngibamba le mali.
sesisina ngani mesithatha ngala siyabonga lapho esikele kunakulanje lapho esikele
Lebaskele. Letsa ngithi bamba la Jehova mina ngisatongena ngithi ukubambisa.
yiyo manje lethele lesithatha noma
No. Ngithola umsikhomelo.
Hayi. Yesiwe. Ngathusha yomhlaba.
Ngifuna ngihamba sese groundini.
1-1. Mama, hey.
Ya.
Nobona sikwabo.
mara bayadlala ngalesithibethi
Uthini ngolobe ngivala esikhatsini.
manje nguluwe ngivula ngafasi
Ukhona nje lo.
angimali
Akamboni umuntu. Ngingavalelwa nje nomntu. 1K. Ngenta given ithi kuyanini.
ngiyadla ngafisi
Mara yakhe ufuna kubahwaya ayijulu.
Le polisi basuka nayo le nitesta.
Sando. Ay marang bobo lo yan ngeke.
Oh, sila.
Bona.
Enggak kila.
3-2 yun ngumutikana.
Bubana kana.
Binatsini.
Oh.
Utsofa batsana betot. Obi. Uthe esikhathini? Ngitshele ngo half past. 25.
Oh, 25 past. 25 past. Right. Mama kanza sola kuthi yayishayini. Yeah.
Mesti belo.
Ay, betul.
Oh, kala.
Yababulala lo. Mpakela kakhulu.
Sipho nonsapafula.
Kayishanga esangweni. Ayikho just kakhulu.
Zange welo. So, noma orokijima so.
Kana motole kuse emoto tsali khona leni.
Terrell ulil. Ha.
Baba, yabona phakathi ekhaya. Just road waya.
Ngiqhamuka later.
Usehla lo muntu seyaleka nafika lapha.
Jahe.
Ngingangena eTuzi nje.
Yababulala kathanda.
Hayi ngafika. Ngabona lamabhampu selothi phili.
Bani siya lo wayigcubuzeta kahle.
In the ST.
Wayifaka.
Udlula mina lo muntu aqapha. Ngimbona egcwala la. Egcwala ngathi yellow line.
Bayagijimisa.
Yeah, strong.
Itubu.
Strong boy.
Itubu.
Hayi ubethuwe ngabona nje baqhamuka ngemuva.
Wayifaka Pepe.
Lethe wayingena la resort that what. Yabona kwehlela khona so. Before ufika la amabhodini
lapha ngaseBritish.
Wayifaka. Njani ngaphela sesitedini lo muntu lana.
Ngathi babamba resisa nomuntu welipolo ngubani lo mjida lo muntu.
Mina sengizange ngibone mara mina ngabona yena khathathula.
Wayifaka.
Itsile out.
Yawa namanje yashayisa.
Ngithi manje ngitshela kulabantu abagibelayo emuva ukuthi kuseyicubulele le moto lapha. Ngesabona.
Alalala.
Uthi
ngibona ngakusela ama lights angeke sona.
Khala kwayikhepha khona musile khani lomgwaqo uthi ulungisa la pressure la.
ST.
Le mhlophe lefana nale. Ngathi bekathanda abantu ugcwele abantwana lapha.
Wole kathi topika bamba oyi4 la
Ngasho
mabili.
ukuthi le ntwana pressure lengodi.
Lo muntu oventali bekahamba ngale ventali uyambuka bheka ushaya eventali.
Ene umuntu yabrika le moto yahula nto ayiseme ngasho ukuthi
Yabona speed akushuta kwathi.
yebo
Speed asisho.
Itsile yami.
Lalela umthetho.
Itsile yami kankela wena sihlanga. Ngcono ngabe buhamba nemfana, mayibuhamba
time. Bangalite.
Ithi mayibuhamba nenfotho, ngcono ngabe buhamba nemfana. Mara nitse yakwathi kuthenga imoto. Bathi.
Ubuthena manje.
le ST vele ipi
Champion repair.
yaba pien repair
After mani masokumanzo press number 7.
Insurance.
Ya insurance.
ndo pien repair moto iqhumukile lapha
Sharp yamba ehlale emavili. Umuntu baqale washayisa
lapha. Asila actually. Asinjengala. Baba kuyangena.
Yes, kuyangena.
Ushaya ifence.
yeah
Kusafala
Nokake khathe resort.
Kusafala phansi pressure yabo.
Hayi.
Lapha sifish. Bayilungisa le fence angithi. Angithi. Bayilungisa.
Hala phakathi phesha phakathi lokulanda bese
Obi
Yangena nangalala isilanda.
Yagena si.
yeah
Owakhetha.
Phela kuneletinye lethi khona ijumper le fence le ngane.
Le ungayicimi le i-right so khona le recorder yabona ngiyicimi ngabala
Buhabe ngithume
le ntwana.
afuna ungena mtsitsi
Hayi nama tsingeni sanze yaphuma.
finiwe
Wendani Sandos? Amara inja le.
Mister Kumabani. Kukhuluma senze nomalume nambathu yami. Abithe Mister lapha. Elusatha man. Phela le game yaphazamiseka. Uya. Ayivudala ngisakhumula. Ngisakhumula libruko.
Ngibambelelana. Nakugenda.
Yathanda le phone yakhe. Mtsitsi mi.
Yona mina
Ngifuna
ngithume.
nto. Yeah! Unasicomplain kaningi. Hayi maye. Mara le ngiyeni ukuthi into start uphume ebhodini ekubeni nemalini ngisho ukuthini mara mina. Hayi come on. Hayi come on. Ngeke sibale lethu.
Ekuseyona emgqumeni.
dango play cuma lona